My brother knocked up my wife, so I cut off my entire family and vanished. No forgiveness. No contact. Just pure silence that still haunts them. I need to start with the night everything ended. Not when I confronted them, I never did that. Not when I screamed or cried, I never did that either. The night I'm talking about was quiet. Unremarkable. The kind of night that should have been just another Tuesday. I'm Wyatt. 34. Construction project manager specializing in infrastructure, dams, bridges, hydroelectric plants. The kind of work that keeps you away from home for weeks at a time. I've been married to Bryn for 5 years. Together for 8. She coordinated events at a luxury hotel downtown. My brother Cole was my best man at our wedding. Personal trainer, good guy, always struggled financially but I helped him out. That's what brothers do, right? I was managing a hydroelectric plant renovation in rural New Mexico. Middle of nowhere, no cell service half the time, living in a work trailer with my crew. We'd been scheduled for another week on site, but we hit a major milestone 2 days ahead of schedule. My supervisor told us to take the rest of the week off. I didn't call ahead. I drove 11 hours straight, got to Denver at 11 p.m. on a Tuesday. Pulled onto my street, saw the lights off in our house. Bryn's car in the driveway. Cole's truck parked right behind it. I didn't pull into the driveway. I parked across the street, 3 houses down. Engine off. Lights off. I sat there. My brain did that thing where it tries to find innocent explanations. Maybe his truck broke down. Maybe he needed a place to crash. Maybe, at 1:30 a.m., my front door opened. Cole walked out first. Then Bryn, wearing my old college t-shirt and nothing else. They stood on my porch, the porch I built with my own hands, and they kissed. Not a peck. Not a friendly goodbye. A real kiss. The kind that means something. He got in his truck. She watched him drive away, arms wrapped around herself in the cold. Then she went back inside. I sat in my car until the sun came up. Then I drove to a motel off I-25 and checked in for a week. The next 7 days, I became someone else. I went home like nothing happened. Kissed Bryn goodbye every morning. Told her I had meetings, site visits, paperwork. Instead, I watched. I investigated. I learned. Our bank statements showed Cash App transfers to Cole. $200 here. $150 there. When I'd asked about them months ago, she'd said, just reimbursing him for groceries when you're away. He's been so helpful. Helpful. Right. I checked her phone while she was in the shower. I'm not proud of it, but I'm not ashamed either. The messages went back 5 months. Graphic. Detailed. Planning their time together around my work schedule. When's he back in New Mexico? Next Wednesday. We'll have the whole weekend. I didn't delete anything. Just took screenshots. Saved them to a cloud account she didn't know about. Then I found the pregnancy test. It was in the bathroom trash, buried under tissues and cotton pads like she was hiding it. Positive. Clear as day. She hadn't told me. But when I checked her phone again, she'd told Cole. 3 days ago. His response, holy crap. Is it mine? Her response, I think so. He hasn't touched me in months. I did the math. I'd been gone for 6 of the last 8 weeks, home only for a long weekend in between. The timeline worked. It wasn't mine. That night, I came home at my normal time. Kissed her hello. Asked about her day. Good, she smiled. Cole came by to fix the back fence gate. The latch was sticking. I nodded. That's nice of him, he's always been so helpful. I made dinner. We watched TV. We went to bed. I held her like I always did. Inside, I was already gone. For 2 more weeks, I played the perfect husband. Loving. Attentive. Present. All while I gathered every piece of evidence I'd need. Bank records. Messages. Photos. Timelines. I documented everything with the precision I used to manage multi-million-dollar construction projects. Then came the family barbecue at my parents' house. Standard Sunday afternoon thing, my folks, my aunt and uncle, grandmother, Cole, Bryn. Everyone acting normal. That's when I learned the truth wasn't just about my wife and my brother. I didn't scream. Didn't accuse. I played the loving husband for 2 more weeks while I gathered every piece of evidence I'd need. Then I went to a family barbecue at my parents' house. That's when I learned it wasn't just them. It was everyone. Sunday afternoon at my parents' place. Standard barbecue. Dad manning the grill, Mom fussing over side dishes, my grandmother holding court in her lawn chair. My aunt and uncle brought potato salad. Cole showed up with beer. Bryn wore a sundress that hid the early pregnancy she still hadn't told me about. Everyone acted normal. I watched. That's what I'd become good at, watching. Cole and Bryn were careful. They didn't stand too close. Didn't talk directly to each other much. But I saw it. The quick glances when they thought no one was looking. The way they positioned themselves in the same general area of the yard, like magnets that couldn't help but drift toward each other. What made my stomach turn wasn't them. It was everyone else. My mother watched them too. So did my aunt. So did my father. And they weren't shocked or confused. They were monitoring. Like parents watching toddlers, making sure they behaved. They knew. I decided to test it. "Hey Dad," I said, beer in hand, casual as Sunday afternoon. "Looks like the New Mexico project might extend another 6 months. They want me to oversee the next phase. Great money." My mother's face fell. Actual visible distress. "Oh, honey," she said. "Is that really necessary? You're away so much already." Bryn shifted on her feet, staring at her plate. Cole suddenly found his phone fascinating. My father set down his spatula. "Wyatt, can we talk inside for a minute?" "Sure." The kitchen. My father, mother, and aunt. They closed the door behind us like I was about to get grounded. Dad spoke first. "Son, we need to discuss something." I waited. Mom folded her hands. "We know you've been working so hard. And we're so proud of you. But Bryn's been struggling. Being alone so much." I said nothing. My aunt jumped in. "Cole's been helping her. Around the house. And, well," Dad cleared his throat. "They've gotten close. Too close. We've talked to them both. It's over now. But," he glanced at Mom. "Bryn's pregnant." I kept my face blank. "Congratulations." "Wyatt, when's she due?" They exchanged looks. Mom answered, "November." I calculated silently. 8 months from now. I'd been gone most of the last 2 months. Dad continued, "Look, there's a chance, we don't know for sure, but there's a chance it might be Cole's." "A chance," I repeated. Flat. Empty. Mom reached for my hand. I didn't pull away, but I didn't squeeze back either. They made a mistake. A terrible mistake. But they've ended it. And that baby. Whether it's yours or your brother's. It's family. We need to handle this together. As a family. The door opened. My grandmother walked in, oblivious to the tension. "Oh good, you told him," she said, patting my shoulder. "Wyatt, sweetheart, these things happen. Your grandfather and I went through something similar in our early years. You work through it. That's what family does." That's when it crystallized. They'd known. Before this conversation. They'd discussed it among themselves. Made decisions. Planned this intervention. Decided how to handle me. My family had held meetings about my life, my marriage, my brother's betrayal, and I wasn't invited. "I need some air," I said. I walked outside. Sat on the porch steps. Cole followed within 30 seconds. "Hey, man." He sat next to me, keeping distance. "I know Dad talked to you. I just want to say," I stood up. "I'm heading out. Long drive back to the motel near the site." He blinked. "You're not staying for dinner?" "No." I walked to my truck. Bryn materialized beside me in the driveway. "Wyatt, can we talk when you get back?" "Sure." I got in. Started the engine. In my rearview mirror, they all stood there, my parents, my brother, my wife, my extended family, watching me drive away. Probably thinking I needed time to cool off. To process. That I'd come around. They had no idea. I drove straight to Terrence's house. He'd been my roommate in college, went to law school while I went into construction. Trust and estate attorney now. Good guy. Honest. Most importantly, he wasn't family. It was 6 p.m. on a Sunday, but this couldn't wait. He answered the door in sweatpants, holding a beer. Took one look at my face. "What happened?" "I need a lawyer," I said. "And I need to disappear." I sat at his kitchen table and laid it all out. Every piece of evidence. The screenshots. The bank statements. The timeline. The pregnancy. The family barbecue intervention. Terrence read through everything, his jaw tightening with each page. "Jesus, Wyatt. What are my options?" He pulled up documents on his laptop. Property records. Bank account agreements. Car titles. The house is solely in your name, you bought it before marriage. The joint savings account is mostly your deposits. Legally, you can liquidate everything that's yours. He looked up. You want to burn it all down? No, I said. I want to disappear. Completely. And I want to make sure that when I'm gone, they feel every consequence of what they did. Terrence leaned back. How far are you willing to go? As far as the law allows. He was quiet for a moment. Then he opened a fresh document on his screen. Okay, he said. Here's what we're going to do. I didn't yell. Didn't make a scene at that barbecue. I just listened. Nodded. Left. And in that silence, I made a decision. None of them would ever see me again. But first, I'd make sure they felt every consequence of what they'd done. They wanted me to work through it as a family? Perfect. They'd have plenty of time to work through my absence. Monday morning, I didn't drive back to New Mexico. I called my supervisor. Family emergency. Need to use some vacation time. How long? 6 weeks. I had 8 weeks saved up. Never took time off. Always the reliable one. Take what you need, Wyatt. Family first. If he only knew. I texted Bryn, project extended. Won't be home for a month. Love you, she replied within seconds. Miss you already, red heart emoji. I didn't respond. Terrence had everything ready by Tuesday. We met at his office, not his house. This was business now. He slid documents across his desk. House deed. Your name only. You bought it 3 years before you married her. Can she claim any of it? Not in this state. It's separate property. You renovated it, you maintained it, you paid the mortgage. It's yours. Next document. Joint savings account. Current balance, $142,000. Your deposits account for 87% of that total. I can take it all? You're a joint account holder. Legally, yes. She could try to fight it in divorce court, but given the adultery and the fact that it's primarily your money. He shrugged. You'll win, do it. He made notes. Checking account, same situation. Car titles, both vehicles are in your name. Insurance policies, you're the primary holder. I want her off everything. Credit cards, cancel anything where I'm primary. Remove her as authorized user. Terrence looked at me. Really looked at me. You're sure about this? Once we start, there's no going back. I've never been more sure of anything in my life. He nodded slowly. Okay. Let's burn it down. Wednesday, I opened a new bank account at a credit union in Colorado Springs. Different city. No branches in Denver. No way anyone I knew would randomly see my name. I transferred $142,000 from the joint savings account. Every dollar. The transfer went through in seconds. Legal. Clean. Done. Then the checking account. Another $18,000. Also mine. I called the credit card companies. I need to remove an authorized user. Bryn's name off every card. Then I canceled the cards entirely. Open new ones at different banks. Car insurance next. I need to remove a vehicle from my policy. Bryn's car, the one in my name that I made payments on. Removed. Policy canceled. I didn't tell her any of this. She had no idea her access to money just evaporated. That the car she drove to work was uninsured. That every credit card in her wallet would decline the next time she swiped. Thursday, I met with a real estate agent in Colorado Springs. Young guy, hungry for commission, didn't know me or anyone in my life. I need to sell fast. Quiet listing. No yard sign. How fast? 30 days or less. He pulled comps. In this market, with your upgrades? We can do that. List at $650,000. Do it. Friday afternoon, I had an offer. Cash buyer. $635,000. 30-day close. Accept it, I told the agent. I didn't tell Bryn I'd listed our house. I didn't tell her I'd accepted an offer. I didn't tell her she had 30 days before she'd be homeless. Monday of the next week, divorce papers filed. I didn't serve them myself, hired a process server. Let a stranger hand my wife the documents that would end our marriage. I was in a coffee shop in Boulder when my phone started ringing. Bryn. I declined the call. She called again. Declined. A text, what is this? I didn't respond. 17 more calls. I let every one go to voicemail. Didn't listen to any of them. Tuesday, I called my company's HR department. I want to put in for a transfer. Alaska division. Alaska? That's pretty remote, Wyatt. That's the point. Let me check availability. Keyboard clicking. We've got 3 major infrastructure projects up there. Renewable energy installations. 6-month minimum commitments, usually extends to a year or more. Interested? When can I start? How soon can you get there? Give me 3 weeks. You're approved. Welcome to the Alaska team. Just like that. New job. New state. New life. My phone exploded Wednesday morning. Mom, 12 missed calls. Dad, 8 missed calls. Cole, 23 missed calls. Aunt, 4 missed calls. Even my grandmother called twice. The voicemails piled up. I didn't listen to any of them. Just watched the notification count rise. Texts flooded in. Mom, Wyatt, please call me back. We need to talk about this. Dad, son, this is extreme. Call me immediately. Cole, dude, answer your phone. Bryn, you can't just disappear. We need to talk. The baby, I need to explain. I deleted every message without reading past the preview. I went to a phone store. Bought a new phone. New number. Activated it in the parking lot. I kept my old phone. Put it in a drawer. I'd check it occasionally, just to watch them try. But I'd never respond. Thursday through Saturday, I packed 1 suitcase of clothes. My tools, the expensive ones, the ones I'd collected over 15 years in construction. My laptop. Important documents, birth certificate, social security card, passport. Everything else, furniture, dishes, decorations, photos, all of it, stayed. I didn't want any of it. Every piece was contaminated. Memories of a life that was built on lies. Saturday night, I wrote 1 sentence on a piece of paper. House closes in 23 days. Be out by then. No signature. No explanation. No forwardness. No curse words. Just facts. I left it on the kitchen counter. Sunday, 3 a.m., I loaded my truck. Looked at the house one last time. The porch I'd built. The windows I'd replaced. The garden Bryn had planted that first summer. None of it mattered anymore. I got in my truck and drove north. Denver disappeared in my rearview mirror as the sun came up somewhere behind me. I didn't look back. Not once. 2,300 miles to Alaska. I had 3 weeks before my new job started. Plenty of time to become someone they'd never find. I didn't give them closure. Didn't give them a fight. I just erased myself from their lives as efficiently as I'd managed construction projects, one calculated move at a time. They wanted to work through it as a family? Great. They could work through my absence. And 2,300 miles north, I was about to discover that the best revenge isn't what you do to them. It's what you stop doing for them. Alaska swallowed me whole. I arrived in Anchorage on a Wednesday. Cold, even though it was late spring. Mountains everywhere. Sky bigger than anything I'd seen in Colorado. The air tasted different, clean, empty, like nobody had breathed it before me. I checked into an extended stay motel. Unpacked my 1 suitcase. Sat on the bed and felt nothing. No anger. No sadness. Just quiet. My new job didn't start for 2 more weeks, but I called my supervisor anyway. Wyatt? You're early. Any chance I can start now? I'm here. Might as well work. We've got a pipeline inspection project starting Monday. Middle of nowhere, 6 weeks minimum. You up for it? Perfect. The pipeline job was exactly what I needed. Remote camp, 12-hour shifts, no cell service for 50 miles. 15 guys on crew, none of them talkers. We worked, ate, slept. Repeat. At night, I'd lie in my bunk in the work trailer and listen to silence. Real silence. Not the Denver kind where you could still hear traffic, neighbors, life happening around you. This was the silence of a place where nothing existed except what you brought with you. I brought nothing. 6 weeks later, I came back to Anchorage. Civilization. Internet. Phone signal. I pulled my old phone out of my bag. The one I'd kept but never turned on. 394 unread text messages. 183 missed calls. I didn't read the messages. Didn't listen to the voicemails. Just scrolled through the notification count. Watched the names repeat. Mom, Dad, Cole, Bryn, Aunt Linda, Uncle Frank. They were still trying. Good. I turned the phone back off. Put it back in the drawer. Parents called my new number. The only person who had it. Divorce is moving forward. Bryn's lawyer keeps asking for a meeting. My client wants to discuss things in person. What did you tell them? That you're unavailable for in-person meetings. They're pushing back, saying you're being unreasonable. Counteroffer? None. You already made your terms clear. She signs or she doesn't. Good. Anything else? The house closed yesterday. She moved out the day before. Your share of the sale is in your new account. $635,000, minus closing costs and my fees. You're looking at about $590,000 net. I felt nothing. That number used to mean something. Now it was just data. Where'd she go? Moved in with Cole. Temporarily, from what I understand. Of course she did. Keep me updated on the divorce. Otherwise, don't call unless it's urgent. Understood. 3 months in Alaska, I stopped checking my old phone every day. Then every week. Eventually just once a month, out of morbid curiosity. The messages kept coming, but less frequently. Desperate instead of angry now. Cole, please, man. Just let me know you're alive. That's all I'm asking. Mom, it's been 3 months. Your father isn't sleeping. He thinks something happened to you. Please, just one text. Bryn sent a photo to my old number. A baby. Newborn. The message, he was born yesterday. I know you won't see this. I know you don't care. But I thought you should know. I looked at the photo for exactly 5 seconds. Tried to feel something. Anger, pain, regret, anything. Nothing came. I deleted the message. Parents called 4 months after I'd left Denver. DNA test came back. Court ordered for the divorce. Cole is the father. 99.97% certainty. So it's clean, completely. No child support, no custody, no ties. She committed adultery, the kid isn't yours, you're getting a no-fault divorce but the record will show cause. You walk away free. How long until it's final? 2 months, maybe 3. Her lawyer's trying to negotiate for some of the savings account money. I told them to pound sand. She gets nothing. That's what I figured. They tried other ways to find me. A private investigator called my old employer. I'm trying to locate Wyatt for a family emergency. My former supervisor told them I'd transferred but wouldn't say where. Company policy. Someone created fake social media profiles trying to friend my old college buddies, asking about me. My friends either ignored them or said they hadn't heard from me. My aunt sent letters to my old work address. All returned, recipient no longer employed here. They searched for my name online. Found nothing. I had no social media. No public records in Alaska yet. No paper trail. I'd become a ghost. 6 months after I left, the divorce finalized. Parents mailed me the papers at my P.O. box in Anchorage. I'd rented it under my new address, a small apartment I barely lived in because I was always on job sites. I signed where indicated. Mailed them back. Done. Legally, Bryn hadn't existed in my life for months. Now the paperwork agreed. I took the divorce decree, put it in a folder with my other important documents, and went back to work. My new project was in Fairbanks. Renewable energy installation for a sustainable housing development. 6-month contract, probably extending to a year. I found a small cabin outside town. Month-to-month lease. Basic furniture. Quiet. One night, I met someone at a bar near the job site. She was a wilderness guide, ice climbing, dog sledding, backcountry survival. Her name was Freya. Blonde, direct, didn't talk unless she had something to say. You new here? She asked. Few months. You don't talk much. Neither do you, she smiled. Good. I hate people who talk too much. We had 3 beers. She told me about her last expedition. I told her about the energy project. Neither of us asked about the past. When I got home that night, I checked my old phone. 63 new messages since the last time I'd looked. Mom, your father's health is declining. High blood pressure, stress. Please, Wyatt. Even if you hate us, just let us know you're okay. Cole, I screwed up my entire life. Bryn and I can't stand each other. The kid cries all night. I lost my job. I'm living with mom and dad. I destroyed everything, and you're the only one who came out clean. I don't know whether to hate you or admire you. Bryn, I know you'll never read this. But I think about you every day. About what I destroyed. You deserved better. I'm sorry doesn't even begin to cover it. I read them all. Felt the same nothing I'd felt since the day I discovered them together. Then I turned the phone off. Freya texted my new number. Wanna go ice climbing this weekend? I replied, yeah. 1 year after I left Denver, I got a message through LinkedIn. I hadn't updated it in 5 years, but I'd never deleted it. Cole had found it. The message sat there, unread. LinkedIn showed viewed but I never opened it. Let him wonder. Let him see that I'd seen it but chose not to respond. That was worse than blocking him. 2 years gone, and mutual friends started reaching out to my old college buddies who somehow tracked down my work email through our company's public project listings. One of them forwarded the message to me. Hey man, your family's falling apart. Your mom's in therapy. Your dad had a heart attack last year. Cole's drowning in debt. Bryn's working 2 jobs. They all just want to know you're alive. I replied once. The only communication I'd made to anyone from my old life. I'm alive. Don't contact me again. They didn't. The old phone sat in my dresser drawer. I checked it maybe once every 2 months now. The messages still came. Slower. More desperate. More hopeless, but they still came. They wanted me to break. To come back. To yell, to cry, to forgive, to something. But I'd learned the most powerful thing a man can do, nothing. And in doing nothing, I gave them exactly what they deserved, a lifetime of wondering if I was okay, knowing they'd never find out. The silence wasn't punishment. It was peace. My peace. Their prison. 3 years after I left Denver, I bought a house. Small place outside Fairbanks. 2 bedrooms, wood stove, half an acre of nothing. Paid cash. No mortgage. No ties. Freya moved in 6 months later. She didn't ask about my past. I didn't ask about hers. We just existed together, honestly, simply, without the weight of history. I made senior project manager. Led a team of 12 on renewable energy projects across Alaska. 6 figures. Benefits. Respect I'd earned, not inherited through family name. Life was good, simple. Quiet. I learned what happened to them through fragments. Terrence still handled my taxes and legal paperwork. Sometimes he'd mention things he'd heard through professional circles. Denver's small that way. Your brother's working retail now, he said once during a call about tax documents. Sporting goods store. Lost his training certification. I said nothing. Your ex-wife's at a different hotel. Assistant manager. Had to take what she could get. Okay. Your parents are not doing well. Your mom's in therapy. Your dad had a heart attack last year. Anything else we need to cover on these tax forms? Terrence paused. No. That's it. Good. The old phone sat in my nightstand now. I checked it every few months when I remembered. Year 3, the messages changed. Less angry. More broken. Bryn, the baby's 2 now. He looks like Cole but he's stubborn like you were. Quiet. Won't talk to strangers. Cole barely sees him. Pays what he can in child support but it's not much. I work doubles most weeks. I'm tired, Wyatt. I'm so tired. I don't expect anything from you. I just needed to tell someone who used to know me. Delete. Cole, living with mom and dad. I'm 32 years old and I'm living in my childhood bedroom. Lost everything. The business never took off. Can't afford my own place with the child support. Women won't touch me once they find out what I did. Your name comes up and I watch them Google it, piece it together, then ghost me. I deserve it. I know I deserve it. But man, I'm drowning. Delete. Mom, your father's on medication for his heart. Blood pressure. Anxiety. The doctor says stress is destroying him. He won't talk about you, but I know he thinks about you every day. Wonders if you're okay. If you're happy. If you hate us. I told him you probably don't think about us at all anymore. I don't know which would hurt him more. Delete. Freya found me looking at the phone one night. What's that? Old phone. From before Alaska? Yeah, she didn't push. That's what I loved about her. She understood that some doors stayed closed, but later, lying in bed, she asked, do you miss them? No, not even a little? I thought about it. Really thought about it. I miss the idea of what they were supposed to be. The family I thought I had. But them? The actual people who betrayed me and then expected me to make it easy for them? I shook my head. No. I don't miss them at all. Good, she said. They don't deserve to be missed. Year 4, the desperation intensified. My aunt, the one who'd stood in that kitchen and made excuses, sent a letter to my P.O. box. Somehow she'd found it. Maybe hired someone. Maybe got lucky. Wyatt, I know you won't respond. But your father is sick. Really sick. Colon cancer, stage 3. He's doing chemo but the doctors aren't optimistic. Your mother is falling apart. Cole is barely functional. The family you left behind is collapsing. I'm not asking you to forgive anyone. I'm just asking you to know. That's all. Just know what's happening. I read it twice. Then put it in a drawer. Didn't respond. 6 months later, another letter. My mother's handwriting this time. Your father is dying. 6 months, maybe less. He wants to see you before he goes. Not to ask for forgiveness. Just to see you. To know you're okay. Please, Wyatt. Whatever we did, don't punish him like this. He's your father. I stared at that letter for an hour. Freya came home from a guiding expedition, found me at the kitchen table. What's wrong? My father has cancer. He's dying. Are you going to see him? The question hung there. I don't know. LinkedIn lit up. Cole had found my profile years ago but never messaged after that first attempt. Now, a new message. I know you won't read this. But I have to try. Dad's dying. Mom's falling apart. I destroyed everything, my life, yours, our family. I think about it every day. The kid asks why he doesn't have an uncle like other kids. I don't know what to tell him. I'm not asking you to come back. I'm just asking you to let me know you're alive. That's all. Just one word. Please. The message showed seen but I never opened it. Let it sit there, marked as viewed but unread. Worse than blocking him. Worse than responding. Just. Nothing. 8 months after the cancer diagnosis, Terrence called. Your father's in hospice. I heard from a colleague. Weeks, maybe days. Okay. Are you? No. Wyatt. Terrence, I pay you to handle my legal affairs, not to be my conscience. Are we done? Long pause. Yeah. We're done. 3 days later, another letter arrived. My father's handwriting. Shaky. Barely legible. I sat on my porch. Snow falling. Alaska winter settling in. Opened the letter, read it once. Then twice. Son, I'm writing this because the doctors say I have weeks, not months. I don't expect you to respond. I don't expect you to care. But I need to say this, I failed you. As a father. As a man. When you needed me to have your back, I chose comfort over courage. I chose keeping the family together over doing what was right. I know now that I lost you the day I asked you to forgive Cole before Cole ever deserved it. I don't ask for forgiveness. I don't deserve it. I just want you to know, you were right. About everything. And I'm sorry. I love you. I always will. Even if I never see you again. Dad. My hands shook. First time in 4 years I'd felt anything. I sat there as the sun set. As the temperature dropped. As the letter fluttered in my hand, Freya opened the door. You coming inside? My father's dying. I know. You told me last week. He wrote me a letter. She sat next to me. Didn't touch the letter. Didn't ask to read it. What are you going to do? I looked at the mountains. The snow. The vast empty space that had become my home. I don't know. 2 days later, I stood in my kitchen. Phone in hand. The new one, I could call. Right now. And 4 years of silence with one conversation. But what would I say? That I forgive him? I didn't. That I understand? I didn't. That it's okay? It wasn't. Freya watched me from the doorway. If you need to go, go. I'll be here when you get back. And if I don't go? I'll still be here. I set the phone down. I'm not going. You're sure? I picked up my father's letter. Read it one more time. Then I walked to the wood stove and opened it. They wanted closure. They wanted me to break. They wanted some final confrontation, some dramatic goodbye, some moment where I'd come back and we'd all cry and hug and pretend 4 years of betrayal could be erased with deathbed apologies. But the person they were looking for died in that bedroom 4 years ago. I wasn't that person anymore. And ghosts don't make hospital visits. I held my father's letter over the flames. Watched the edges curl. Brown, then black. The words disappearing into ash. Freya didn't stop me. When it was gone, I closed the stove and went to bed. 3 weeks later, Terrence called. Your father passed. Yesterday morning. Funeral's on Saturday. Okay, your mother's hoping. I'm not going. Silence on the line. Understood. I'll note that you were informed. Saturday came. I spent it building a new deck on the back of the house. Freya helped. We didn't talk about the funeral happening 2,300 miles away. We just worked. Measured. Cut. Hammered. By evening, the deck was finished. I stood on it, looking at the mountains. Felt nothing but tired muscles and clean air. Monday, Terrence forwarded an email. Your mother asked me to send this. I told her I couldn't guarantee you'd read it. She asked me to send it anyway. I almost deleted it. But curiosity won. I know you weren't there today. I didn't expect you to be. But I stood at your father's casket and I couldn't stop thinking about the fact that I've now lost 2 men I love. One to death. One to my own failure. Cole spoke at the funeral. He broke down. Said he wished you were there. That he'd give anything to undo what he did. Bryn came. She brought your nephew. He's 5 now. Looks like Cole. Acts like you, apparently, stubborn, Quiet. I don't know if you care. I don't know if you'll ever read this. But I need you to know, you were the best thing I ever helped create. And I ruined you. I'm sorry. I love you. I'll stop trying to reach you now. You've earned your peace. Mom. I read it once. Then deleted it. That night, Freya asked the question everyone eventually asks, do you regret it? Not seeing him before he died? I thought about it. Really thought about it. No. You sure? People think deathbeds erase everything. That you're supposed to forgive because someone's dying. But death doesn't change what they did when they were alive. He chose Cole and Bryn over me. He asked me to swallow my pain for their comfort. That doesn't go away because his heart stopped. She nodded. What about the kid? Your nephew? The question I knew was coming. He's not my nephew. He's the biological proof of the worst betrayal of my life. I don't wish him harm. I don't wish him anything. And people think that's cruel, but it's honest. That kid has a father, a crap one, but a father. He doesn't need an uncle who wants nothing to do with his existence. Fair enough. 5 years after I left Denver, I'm 39. Senior project manager making 6 figures. Own my house outright. Freya and I got married last summer, small ceremony, just us and 2 witnesses. No family. No drama. Just honest vows. My old phone sits in a box in the garage now. I haven't checked it in over a year. Don't need to anymore. I wake up to mountains. Go to work on projects that matter, clean energy, sustainable infrastructure, building things that'll last. Come home to someone who chose me with full honesty. I have friends here. Good people. They know me as Wyatt the project manager, Wyatt the husband, Wyatt who's good with his hands and quiet at parties. They don't know about Denver. Don't need to. I'm not running from my past. I'm just living without it. People don't understand what I did. They think I'm heartless. That I should have forgiven. That holding grudges only hurts yourself. But here's what they miss. Forgiveness requires remorse. Real remorse. Not I'm sorry you're hurt, but I'm sorry I hurt you, and I understand why you'll never forgive me, and I accept that. They never got there. They didn't apologize for the betrayal. They apologized for getting caught. They didn't feel bad for what they did. They felt bad that there were consequences. They didn't want my forgiveness. They wanted permission to feel better about themselves. And I wouldn't give it to them. The ultimate truth about revenge that nobody tells you, it's not fire. It's not loud. It's not dramatic. It's ice. Cold. Silent. Unyielding. I didn't destroy them. I removed myself from their lives so completely that they destroyed themselves trying to fill the void. Every birthday I don't call. Every holiday I don't show up. Every milestone I'm not there for. That's not punishment, that's consequence. They wanted to work through it as a family. So I let them work through my absence. And turns out, that absence weighs more than any words I could have screamed. 5 years later, they're still there. Still in Denver. Still broken. Still prisoners of what they did. Cole's still working retail. Still living with mom. Still paying child support he can barely afford. Still watching women lose interest when they learn his story. Bryn's still working doubles. Still raising a kid mostly alone. Still carrying the weight of what she destroyed. Mom's still in therapy. Still grieving 2 losses, her husband to death, her son to consequences. And me? I sleep soundly. I wake up to mountains and clean air. I have a partner who chose me without lies. I have work that fulfills me. I have a life without betrayal, without toxins, without chains. They have excuses, guilt, and a broken family held together by shame. I didn't win by destroying them. I won by realizing they weren't worth the energy to destroy. Some people think I'm cold. Maybe I am, but I'm free. And them? They're still prisoners of what they did. They carry that cell everywhere. Every time they see my empty chair at holidays. Every time they explain to someone new why their son/brother doesn't talk to them anymore. Every time they wonder if I'm happy, if I'm okay, if I ever think about them. They'll carry that weight until they die. And the best part? I don't have to do anything to make sure they suffer. They do that themselves. Every single day. Just by remembering I existed, and chose to exist without them. The ultimate revenge isn't violence. It's indifference. And I mastered it. 5 years of silence. 5 years of peace. 5 years of them drowning in consequences while I built a life so complete, so honest, so utterly divorced from their world that they became irrelevant. They wanted closure. I gave them absence. They wanted forgiveness. I gave them nothing. And that nothing, that void where I used to be, That's the loudest thing they'll ever hear. That's peace. Thank you so much for watching until the end. If you really like our videos, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Have a great day.